starting this here YouTube channel for those suffering grief of a loss of someone, somebody's no longer with us, or maybe a relationship that didn't go too well. I'm personally going through that. I figured maybe I'll start documenting it for those who are also going through it, because I'm finding it a lot more difficult than I thought it'd be to go through a loss, and I want to make sure I can help others with the situation. My process through it, I feel, might be relatable, and just so you know that you're not alone in this situation, although it really does feel like you're alone. So I'm going to start with a backstory, what's going on, and throughout my grieving process, I would like to hopefully see some progress, and hopefully you all enjoy the progress and can relate and, you know, get better, because it will get better, I hope. I'm sure it will. That's what everyone tells me. So we'll find out. So, I met this girl a little over 2 years ago now at a restaurant. Thought she was beautiful. So, knowing somebody at this restaurant, I told him, hey, this is the person I find attractive, help me out. So fast forward, we're dating. Going on some really nice dates that the feeling I had, I've never really had before. And a couple of 22-year-olds, it's kind of fun to be able to get out of your shell. And what I mean by that is I was very sheltered. I'm not sheltered, but I was closed off. I didn't really like to go out. I was cautious. I'm a really cautious person. And she made me feel really safe, so I was able to do a lot more. Started living with her for a year, and about the 1.5 mark, I began to have issues. I wouldn't say commitment issues, more or less they are, but more or less I was just insecure with who I was as a person. I felt like I could be a better person. I was still a boy. I feel like when turning 24, starting at 23, it's a really long process for men to grow. That transition from like 22 to 24, I feel like. I don't have any credibility to back that up. It's just how I felt. So I broke up with her and wanted to just grow. Did a lot of things on my own. And I want to say 7 or 8 months later, I contacted her again. The thing about this process is I broke her heart during that initial breakup. Not really considering her feelings. I was just, I want to say I was selfish. I was selfish in the way that what I thought I was doing to help, I didn't do it well enough. I didn't break up with her correctly. So anyways, throughout that 1.5 years, we did a lot together. We went on a lot of vacations. You know, we lived together, so I woke up with her every morning. We knew each other's habits, our lifestyles. We got into the same things. Anyways, when I met her again, it was very tough at first. She was very standoffish to even talking to me. She didn't want to be my friend. I hurt her in really a lot of ways. But, you know, we started hanging out, and things would be okay. But then things wouldn't be okay, because my interest was to be back with her, while her interest is she didn't want to be in a relationship. But she felt, and I felt, that maybe a friendship can happen. I know everyone says not to, and I'm not going to deny it anymore. It's not that great of an idea that early into a breakup. But yeah, I mean, there'd be moments where I would cry to her, and she said it was too much pressure, and I would ask for the relationship that she didn't want, and it got really nasty. We would stop talking, and then we'd try again. Hey, let's hang out again. We'd try to go on vacations again, trying to bring back what we did, what we had, and it was just hard, because she had these memories of me that I felt I grew from. I felt like, even though I grew as a person, which I'm hoping I did, she couldn't let go of, and I don't blame her for that. I'm sure if I was in her situation, I'd feel the same way. Fast forward 3 months, and it just got to the point where she couldn't handle the pressure of me wanting to be in a relationship, and I couldn't handle not being in the relationship. So it got really sour really fast, where we aren't talking at all. And this happened yesterday. A couple weeks prior to yesterday, I couldn't maintain my emotions, and I texted her one too many times, and she said, look, I need you to stop talking to me for a couple weeks, which I tried my hardest to. Every so often there'd be, that trigger, and I would just send her something that we did together, or how I'm feeling, and I couldn't help it. I shouldn't have, but it's just something that you can't help. So yesterday she said, look, it's done. Do not contact me at all. I don't want to be your friend. Of course, I haven't talked to her at all today because I want to respect that. I have a lot of feelings for her. If that makes her happy, I want to make her happy. But it's been hard. There's a lot of triggers. There's things that we've done together I don't remember doing. Once I see it, I'm like, oh, here's a moment that we've shared together. Throughout those 2 weeks, I've just been, thinking about things that we can do when we start talking again, and things that I want to make for her, and it wasn't practical to do all that, but I did it anyways because I didn't want to let go of the feeling of being with her, and it's hard. It really is. So that is where I currently am. The day after, I'm no longer allowed to talk to her, and these triggers are everywhere. So if you are feeling the same way, don't worry, you're not alone. If you've been through it, comment. Maybe you can help somebody else out who's going through it, and if you've been through it, and if you haven't been through it, I hope you just enjoy the story. But this is the backstory. I'll try to post every week or so. Just filling people in on where I am and how I'm doing, and see where it goes from here. So thank you if you're listening or if you're interested. I appreciate it.